Oh, okay. Today, the first thing we'll do is go over the quiz, and then we will do some more add, subtract exponents. And if we have time, we'll start our new topic on inequalities. Okay. But your next assignment actually won't be on inequalities. Even if we start it, it will just be on the scientific notation and exponents. We'll still be dealing with rules of exponents and addition and subtraction of exponents. Okay. Now let's go through the quiz. Now, Mercedes, what happened to you on the quiz? You on? Yes, because you had all these type problems following the rules correct on the last assignment. But then it looks like they fell out of your head when you got to the quiz. What happened?
Oh, you mean a quiz that they let us do?
Yes, the
Oh
quiz
my
we
God.
had. This is one I'm going over now. And if I go through it now, I'm willing to bet you'll be able to tell me the
I don't
answers.
know why this happening. And as soon as I start with you, everything is roll back.
Yeah, because you had just sent me the assignment, I think the day before. Same rules. But yet when you did them on here, it's like you said, oh no, they don't apply here.
I don't know what's
And I want
wrong.
to know why. Why did you have that confusion at that point? Is there any reason? Do you know the reason?
I can't figure out why this happening all the time.
Okay, well, uh, it may mean that you've got to really know your rules and understand them. In other
Cute.
words, you multiply and you add the exponents because you were doing opposites. Dividing,
Oh,
you subtract.
oh
All right.
no.
But yet you did them correct on the assignment. So, I mean, at that point, you applied the rules correctly. So let's just go through them now. The first one. Okay, let's do the first one. This is a multiplication, right?
Yeah, where is
So
it?
what do you do for multiplication, Mercedes? What's the rule?
For multiplication, you what to do again? You
What do you do with the exponents when you're multiplying? Same base, multiplying. What do you do with the exponents?
you had them.
You add them. So what is the answer for this? Just give me the answer.
A.
Answer is A. That's correct.
So I didn't get that one right.
But I'd have to look at your paper, but because I know you had half of them correct. But this one, I don't think you had correct. I think maybe you did subtraction. Because if you did subtraction, you'd get C, 4 minus 2, right?
Oh,
But yet you got it correct there, okay? I
I think
sent you the results. You didn't read your email?
I see them last minute.
I sent you the results of what you had incorrect.
I think you told me to go over them, something like
Yeah, I
that.
told you to go over the rules. Yes, you
Oh
need to
yeah,
review the rules.
I need
You
to.
got that right. So I told you the ones that you had incorrect. I
I
have them in my book. I don't want to get up and get it. But anyway, I told you in the email the ones that were incorrect. Maureen, you had this one correct.
yeah.
Yeah. All right. Now let's go to number 2. Number 2 is a division.
Yeah.
Mercedes, what do you do with division when same base? Here the
Sub
base is 8. What do you
subtract.
do? Subtract. Very good.
Why am I
See,
getting it now? I remember it now. I'm not looking at the rules right
I
now.
know, you know, and I knew, Mercedes, that's why I was asking you what happened because I
Even
said,
at
you know
work,
the
I'm
rules because you
working.
applied them in that last assignment.
Even at work, I said when I get in line with Miss Barbara, like a snap, I'm not looking at any rule at all, and I just look at it and I know what's the answer.
I
And when I
know.
go to myself, I am puzzling.
Yeah, it is puzzling. Now, this is division. So what is the answer for number 2?
So the answer for where are we? Number two.
Subtract the exponent of the denominator from the exponent of the numerator. So that becomes what? A to the 3. Let's put that here. That becomes 3 minus 3, right? So that would be minus 3. So what's 3 minus 3, Mercedes?
That would be just 0.
0. That's right. So this becomes, let me just put it here. This becomes 8, and that's to the 0. And what's that equal to, Mercedes?
So the answer will be C.
A to the 0 equal what?
1, 1, 1, 1, 1.
1.
1.
Any number of
Yeah.
variable, a
Yeah. Yeah.
combination number of variable is equal to 1. So answer what, Mercedes?
Answer A.
That's it. Got it?
Yes.
Division rule, subtract. You subtract the numerator exponent minus the denominator exponent, 3 minus 3, that gives you 8 to the 0, and that's the 0 rule. That's
You know
equal
what,
to
Miss
1.
Barbara, it reminds me of something happened a couple of years ago, I think. I keep going to a class and I always keep on getting them wrong, keep on getting them wrong. And you see, when I go and sit the exam, I passed the exam very well.
Hmm.
So I'm saying, what if it's the opposite going to happen to me again?
Yeah, yeah,
Every
that
time I'm
happened.
doing it, I'm
Yeah.
doing with you. I don't look at the rules or nothing. I just look at it and
Hmm.
I just know the answer, just
You
like that.
know
And
the rules,
but when I go
and
by myself, I come like I'm just, what am I to do again? Oh boy, I'm going to make sure
yeah.
I good to
But
do.
if you really know the rules, you really practice, you'll have no doubt. So you put it, you don't you said, oh, that's correct. I'm thinking you may have put the answer and changed it.
Can be.
Yeah.
That's what happens sometimes. I look at the answer and I
I
said,
think so. You
"Mm,
look
that's
at
it."
it, you say, well, I
And
know
then
the
say,
rules and that's correct, but I don't think so. And then
no,
you
and
change
change
it.
it again. Yeah,
Yeah, I think that
I do it
happens.
all the time.
That happened to another student. They changed their answer. Okay. Now this is another multiplication, right?
Yeah,
So what do you do with the exponents?
you're going to add the exponent.
Okay, so when you add them, what do you get?
We're going to get 10, 10 to the,
You're adding the
to the
exponents now because it's the same base. So you're
yeah,
adding the 3 and the minus 3. What does that give you?
3 and the minus 3 will give me 10 to the minus 6.
A plus 3 and a minus 3?
Because you said,
That's just like the one up here.
once
Just
you say,
like it.
yeah, but when you say plus, once
Well,
you say
that's a
plus
plus
and
3 and that's a minus 3.
so
So
when you
it's
say,
just like number 2.
yeah, what I'm saying, when you say plus 3 and minus 3, I'm thinking of subtraction. If you just say minus and minus 3, I'm
No,
thinking of
no, no,
addition.
no. You just said you add, didn't you? It's multiplication. So
Yeah, I
why
know.
would you go to subtraction, Milady?
Okay. No, I'm thinking of the signs when you plus and subtract mean subtract and subtract and
No,
subtract.
no, no, no. Wait a minute. What are your sign rules?
The sign rule that subtract and plus means to subtract and
No,
subtract
no, no. This is a
add.
sign here. This is not a subtract. That's a sign. You getting signs mixed up with operations.
Or maybe that's what's causing me to confuse
Yeah.
what I myself.
Operations would be like 10 minus 10. But this
Oh,
is a sign on this exponent. So if you add them, it's exactly like number 2. 10
okay.
to the 3, and you have a 3 plus a minus 3, and it's just like this one.
Oh,
Except this was a division, but this is uh addition. So this becomes, let me just copy this. Okay. But the bottom line is you're still getting a 0, right? So let's just put that there, 10 to the 3. So that's plus, and that's a minus 3, right?
Okay. That
So
right there get me confused.
yeah,
Cause one says a plus and one and a minus on the I'm thinking of subtraction.
no, this is not subtraction. This is a sign. So you
Okay.
adding 3 plus a negative 3. That's not a subtraction. That's a
Okay.
sign on the 3. So when you're adding a 3 plus a minus 3, that really is 3 minus 3, and that gives you what? 10 to the 0.
Oh. Can you stroll up a little bit? Let me see the rest of the answers.
Okay, so that's 10. And let me just put the 0 here. 0. Okay, all right, here's the answers. So what's the answer?
Oh, so the answer is C.
C. That's right. Answer C. Just put that here. Answer C. Answer C. Let's say that you follow now. You're getting the operations and the
Yes,
signs
I'm getting it.
confused.
That's
This
what
is a sign on the 3. So this is not saying a subtraction. That's just saying the sign is a negative 3.
Oh, so you're saying now,
This was a subtraction right here.
straight up. Yeah.
3 minus 3. That's a subtraction.
Yeah.
Okay. And why the subtraction? Because the rule for division is you subtract the exponent of the denominator from the exponent of the numerator. So that
Okay.
becomes 3 minus 3. That's the subtraction. But here, this is addition of a negative sign.
So because it's a negative sign, that's why it becomes zero.
3 plus minus is minus, right? So 3 minus 3 is 0.
Okay.
Whenever you're adding a plus and a minus of the same, um, whether it's a
Yeah.
number or whether it's a variable, you'll
Yeah.
get 0.
Okay. The same.
Sometimes we say they cancel each other, whatever. But anyway, a plus 3 and a minus 3 gives you 0. A plus 9 and a minus 9 give you 0. Plus 100 and a minus 100 give you 0. Got it? So
Okay.
yeah,
Thank
I
you.
think your confusion here is confusing the sign with the operation. There's a minus for subtraction, and there's a minus that could be on a number or a variable. That's a
Okay.
sign on the number. Mercedes, is that clear or is it still confusing?
Yeah. Now it should be clearer now.
Okay. So, okay, well, let me do this just to make sure. Okay. Okay. Suppose I gave you 8 minus 4. Okay. What is that equal to, Mercedes?
It's equal to 4.
It's equal to 4, right?
Yeah.
Suppose I gave you 8 minus, and now I put a sign of negative on the 4. All right. Okay. What is that equal to?
I'm going to say it's equal to 12.
That's it. See, that minus is a subtraction minus, but this minus is a minus on the sign. So minus minus gives you plus, and that gives you 8 plus 4 equal 12.
Okay.
So that's the difference. That minus is the subtraction minus. That minus is your sign. Now on your calculator, they give you the difference. When you put the sign negative on a number, you put that, you see that negative on the last row of your calculator TI-30? That's
Yeah.
when you put the sign negative on the number.
Yeah, it's in bracket at the bottom.
That's right. That's for the sign. But the other minus below the multiplications is for
Yeah.
the subtraction. So you see, they make a distinction on your calculator.
Yes, because I was looking over and studying the calculator, so I
Yep.
don't
And
can do.
that minus is there when you want to
Yeah,
put a minus sign on
and
something.
yeah, and the man said, make sure you don't make any mistake with this minus at the bottom of the bracket and the one at
Mm-hmm.
the top on the side.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Maureen, did you get your calculator?
No.
And he says this calculator is a very powerful calculator,
It
Miss.
certainly is. It certainly is. Okay. So is that a little clearer, Mercedes, on the sign,
Yes, Mr. Oh,
numbers, and the
mistake.
operation
Okay.
symbols? Okay. Okay. Maureen, what's the answer for number 4? Power to a power. What's the answer?
Oh, D.
Mercedes, you agree?
D. Uh, what you have there?
Maureen said D. Do you agree? You know your rule for power of a power?
I'm trying to remember if it is multiply or addition. Power to a power.
What's the rule for power to a power? Exponent rule.
Is it multiply?
You asking me a question. I'm asking you a question.
Okay. I'm sorry.
What's
Ah,
the rule? You have your rules?
no, I'm not looking at my rules.
Okay, but you look at them. What does it say from power of a power?
Power for a power, you multiply the power.
That's right. You multiply the powers.
So it's 2, 3, 6.
That's right.
The
Answer
answer
D.
is
You
B.
only
B.
add when you multiplying exponents with the same base. That's different now.
Oh, that's what I'm mixing up.
You get them mixed up. Multiplying like we did in, what was that, the first one? Yeah. This is a multiplication.
With the same
Add the
base.
powers, right?
Yes.
That's different from a power raised to a power. In other words, a power in the parentheses and one outside. That's different. So when you have a power to a power, you multiply the powers. And that's what Maureen did. 3 times 2 is 6. That becomes 4 to the 6. That clear, Mercedes?
Yes, Miss Barbara.
Yep.
Thank
So
you.
it's not, I think you had that one incorrect. Because see, you wanted to go back and add, but really the 3 and 2 is there's
I
no
think I
4 to
got
the
it
fifth
wrong
here.
too.
Yeah. It's multiply the powers. That's it. That's one of the simplest rules. Just multiply the powers.
Oh,
Yeah. Okay. And the reason we say power to a power, because you have a power within and you have power
Oh,
outside.
outside. Okay.
Got it? Questions, Mercedes?
No, miss.
All right, let's go to number 5.
Oh,
Number,
wait, miss.
yes, okay.
So, what happened when, what is it when you have a the double bracket in, like, like where the tree is, you have another bracket.
What do you mean another bracket?
No, the parentheses is double.
So tell me what to write for one that's double. Tell me something to write for what you're saying.
Okay, like you put the parenthesis and then you have the two, and then you have the three outside like that, and you put another one, another parenthesis behind the three.
Okay, let me do this. And you tell me where to put the parentheses. Okay, I put this here. Now, where do you want me to put another parenthesis?
Behind the three and the four. No, that's
Where?
outside the three.
You
Yeah.
want me to put a parenthesis here?
Right there, yeah. I think it's
Not
something
in
like,
exponent. You want me to just put a parenthesis outside.
yeah.
Okay.
I
So
see
you
you do
want,
it with two with double parentheses. I'm trying to see if I find it.
so what do you want me to put here?
Or nothing. It's like something like that. It was um double on the other side of the 4-2, but I didn't I was like confused.
Do you have the examples that you're talking about? I know I had some with doubles,
Yeah, but I'm
but
trying to find it.
yeah, if you could find it so we can look at it and see what the problem was there. Okay.
Okay, Miss Barbara, continue. When I find it, I'll let you know.
Yeah, let me know, okay? Okay, let's go to number 5. Number 5 is nothing. Power to a power, right? Let me just bring that to the, okay. That's a power to a power. Number 5, let me just bring it all to the other screen. Okay, Maureen, number 5, what's the answer? That's
B.
another power to, what's the answer, Maureen?
B.
B. Mercedes, do you agree?
Where are you now? The answer is B. Oh yes.
Answer B, that's another power to a power, correct?
Yes.
Answer B, because 2 times 3 is 6, and 10 to the 6 is the same as 1 times 10 to the 6, correct?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Now, here we have what? Power to a power with coefficient and variable, and coefficient and variable.
Miss Barbara,
Yes,
if we go to the 6,
that
I
could
don't
be it.
remember. I don't
Okay.
remember why you have 1 times 10 to to the fifth, the 6.
Isn't 10 to the 6 the same as 1 times 10 to the 6? When you put a 1 in front of something, it doesn't change it, right? Okay, let me put this here. 10 to the 6. Put that here. 10 to the 6. Okay. Now, if I put this times 1, okay. Isn't that the same as 10 to the 6?
Oh. Oh yes, yes,
Right?
yes.
Whenever you multiply 1 times a number, it doesn't change the value, right? Whether it's the exponent or whatever. 4 times 1 is 4. 100 times 1 is 100,
Yeah.
right?
So
So
you
1
apply
times 10
to
to
you
the
apply to
6 is same as 10 to the 6.
okay, so that's okay. I was wondering why you put the 1 there.
Yeah.
1 by 1.
Isn't that the same, Mercedes? You don't
Yeah.
change the value by multiplying it by 1, do you?
No, but I was wondering because of this type of mathematics, if it's something different.
But you don't see a 10 to the 6 in your choices. Just 10 to the 6, do you?
Say it again, I don't
Do you
understand.
see just 10 to the 6? Do you see this as one of your choices, A, B, C, or D?
Oh yeah.
You do?
You mean if you put it for the answer like that?
No, no, no. You see this number 10 to the 6, right?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what we get here. 10 to the 3rd,
Yeah.
power to a power. 2 times 3, 10 to
Yeah.
the 6, right? Do you see just 10 to the 6 in your choices of A, B, C, D?
No. I see you have 1
Yeah,
times.
right. That's what I'm saying. You don't see just 10 to the 6. So you ask yourself, which one of these choices is equal to 10 to the 6? Which one, Mercedes?
Okay, that's the B.
B. That's the only one. 1 times 10 to the 6 is equal to 10 to the 6,
Okay.
right?
I never seen this one like this before, so I'm asking the question.
Yeah. But remember when we were looking at scientific notation?
Yes.
That's exactly what that is, right?
Yeah, cause you remind me of it. So that's why I'm saying
Yeah. That's equal to, let me just put it here, and that's equal to 10 to the 6. Same thing.
Okay. Thank you.
Got to be able to see numbers in different forms. Okay.
Oh, okay.
And
But
this
we
is
meant the
equal.
same.
That's equal.
And
Yeah,
you just meant the same.
that's equal. Remember, one, this basic math, one times any variable or number is equal to that same number.
Okay.
That doesn't change. Got it?
Like two ones two, three ones three.
2 times 1 is 2.
Yeah.
Minus 10 times 1 is minus 10.
Prime ones. Yeah.
100,000 times 1 is 100,000. Okay. Questions on number 5.
No, thank you.
All right. Now,
Ouch.
Maureen, we're going to number 6.
Uh,
This one, let's say that I think it gave you some problems. So, Maureen, when we see this 2 outside of the 3x to the second, what do we do with that power of 2?
you, you multiply it by the 2,
You multiply
right?
what? What does that 2 mean for 3x to the second?
You
This whole,
multiply 3 2 times.
that's right. That, in other words, Mercedes,
Yeah.
Maureen knows that that power of 2 applies to both the 3 and this 2. So let's just take that here. Okay, let's just copy that. And she knows that that applies to both. So let's just put that there. Okay. And get that 7 out of the way. Now, Maureen, what is that equal to? Let's do it just step by step. What is that equal to?
You mean the first one is 3 2 times is 9.
So 9, okay. And then power to a
9x.
power, that would
Yeah.
be what? X to the what?
It's the second power.
No.
You have a power to a power, Maureen.
Yeah.
So what would that be?
4. 2
4.
2 is 4.
That's right. Very
Yeah.
good. So that would be a 4. Now,
Uh-huh.
Mercedes, you got that?
Yeah, I understood this one.
Okay. Okay, so that's 9x is 4. Now we just take the other part of it, because then you'll see your answer. Okay. Let's just take this 2y to the third. Okay, Mercedes, you said you see that, so you can do this one. So let's just put this here, 2y to the third, the whole thing. Right? Take that out. Okay, now Mercedes, what is that equal to?
You're gonna multiply the two 3 times.
That's right. That gives you what?
So you're gonna say 2 2 is 4 and 4 2 is 8.
That's 8. Okay. And then what would we do with the y?
You're gonna say y to the third power.
That's it. So when you put all those together, what do you get?
I would get 9x 4x 9x to the fourth power slash 8y to the third power. So my answer should be A. Incorrect?
I just realized I have an error here.
An arrow?
Yeah, because this is a multiplication. So it really should have been the slash here. Just take the slash out. But anyway, I gave you credit for the A because I had a slash in here and then somehow I took it out. Okay, but the answer would be 9x to the fourth times 8y to the third.
Yeah, which is
Okay, and
A,
yeah,
right?
but yes, if okay, all right, let me just do this. Just show.
Beside the arrow, miss, isn't that answer would be okay?
Well, it's okay now. In other words, this would have been a division. And so when you expand it out, it would be 9x to the fourth divided by 8y to the third. And that would be answer A. But I gave you credit if you had A. All right.
The answer is A.
The answer is A, but this should have been a division right here.
So the way you set out the work, miss, you should have a slash right there. That's what you're saying?
Right here. This should be a division.
Okay.
Or I could have had 3x to the second over 2y to the third. I probably would have put it,
Oh,
but since I had slashes, I put the slash here. But if you had A, I gave you credit for it. Because A is a division, that means this should have been a division, not a multiplication. Any question? But Mercedes, you understood that. You knew you had to apply that third power to both the 2 and the y, just like Maureen applied the 2 power to the
yeah.
3 and the x to the second.
Can you explain? I remember one of the time you did it, I couldn't catch on. You stop and explain that to me. Say you're
Yeah,
going
and you
to
got it.
you're going to apply the exponent to all that is in the bracket.
That's it.
That's
And
how I
you
remember.
remembered it. That's why it was strange when you got some of the simple ones incorrect. You said,
Yeah.
oh, but yet that one with multi steps you had correct.
Yeah, I don't understand why.
Well, I think things are going to get better. As you practice, these things do get better. Okay.
Yes.
No questions on number 6. Okay. Scientific notation, Mercedes. What's the answer number 7? I think you did the scientific notation. Okay. What's the answer for number 7? Decimal point is behind the slide 0, and you move it how many places, Mercedes?
4 places?
4 to the left, and it's between the 2 and the 0. So what's your answer?
So my answer should be B.
B. Very good, because 4 places means the exponent has a 4 on it, right?
Yes.
10 to the 4th power. Okay. And Maureen, number 8. I'm going to put that on the other screen. Okay, Maureen, number 8. What's the answer? Where do you move the decimal point? And what is the answer?
And the answer is B. No, C. C.
You move the decimal point from front of the 0 to between the 3 and the 6. So how many places did you move it?
2 places.
How many?
No, 3 places.
3 places to the right is negative, right?
Yeah.
So
It's C.
3.64 times 10 to the minus 3.
Yeah.
Answer
Yes, C.
C. That's
Yeah.
correct. Questions, Mercedes?
She moved to the right, right? 3 places to the
Explain, Maureen, what happened?
I moved the 0 in between. From the 0, I put it in between the 3 and the 6.
She moved the 0 where it's between the 3 and the 6, right here. How many places is that, Mercedes?
3 places.
Okay, because 1, 2, 3. And to the right is negative, right?
Yes.
So 3.64, as Maureen said, times 10 to the minus 3. And answer your question, Mercedes?
Yes, Miss Barbara, thank you so much.
Okay. All right, now we want to go to standard, Mercedes. I want you to do this one.
I think I get this one wrong.
Okay, 5.56 times 10 to the 4th. So that means you want to write your 5.56. Let's just write it here. 5.56, right? Now, it's a positive exponent. So which way are you moving your decimal point, Mercedes?
To the left. I think I get it right.
To where?
To the left.
No.
Hold up. Oh, you change it to
We're
standard
going
to
to standard.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
And the exponent is plus. So you move it where?
To the right.
To the right. How many places?
So we're gonna move 3 places to the right because
How
one is
many?
it's 4 places, but we're gonna put. Oh, I'm sorry. We're not gonna put 40 because one figure is here already. So you're gonna
No,
move.
two figures are there already.
So we're gonna move 1, 2, 3, 4 places to the
So how
right.
many zeros do I have here?
2.
Okay, two zeros.
If I know mine is
And
wrong.
then we take out the decimal, okay, because we moved it over. Okay, 556, 55600. Answer what?
Answer C.
Answer C.
I put D. Mine is wrong.
That's right. You had too many zeros.
Afterward, I realized after my
I
0.
had two wrong. I had 2 and 7 wrong.
Yeah, you had 9 right, right, Maureen?
Yeah. Only
Yeah,
thing I had wrong was 7 and 2.
yeah,
Yeah.
I know you only had 2 wrong. Okay. Now, Mercedes, you see what you did when you put the 5.56? You had 2 places already. So 4, you just needed to add 2
Yeah.
zeros to get the 4, right?
Yes.
See, when we put 5.56, that's 2 places right there. So you just put 2 zeros and then you've got your answer. And notice when you move your decimal point, the decimal point is behind this last zero. And if you move it between the 5 and the 5, you get 5.56 times 10 to the 4th, correct?
That's right.
Okay. But Mercedes, you said you took 9. But if your decimal point is here and you move it here, how many places you move it?
Where are we? I
Right
don't.
here, number 5. If you move your decimal point number 5 from the last zero, that's where the decimal point is,
Okay, I see you now.
and you move it between the 5 and the 5, how many places did you move it?
That I would move it like about 4 places.
No, you just
No,
count.
5.
One, two, three,
One,
four, five.
two, three,
Just count the
4, 5.
digits. That's 5
Yes,
places.
5. Yes.
To go between the 5 and the 5, 1, 2,
Two,
3,
three.
4, 5. That would be 5.56 times 10 to the 5th power.
Oh, yeah.
So it can't be D because we had 10 to the 4th power, right?
Because when I did it, I chose C first and then I changed. I says no. And I go back and change to D and I was right. And when
Yes,
it's
you were right, because when you look at D, you move 5 places to get 5.56 times 10 to the 5th power, but that's not what we were converting. It was 10 to the 4th power, right?
okay, yes.
That's why it's C. Questions?
No, thank you, miss.
Okay, now let's look at number 10. Okay, number 10. Let's see. Okay. Now let's see. I think Maureen, you had this one. Did you have this one correct?
Number 10?
Yeah.
I think so.
Did we get number 10 like that?
Okay.
I don't remember getting number 10.
Did you get number 10 correct?
I don't remember getting number 10, by the way.
But I had number 10. Let me put it all over here. Okay, this is number 10.
Oh, yes.
Ida
I remember now.
invests
I remember.
a
Yeah, we tried.
$1,000 in a certificate of deposit. We call that a CD, right? That earns interest. The investment value is multiplied by 1.02 each year. Which expression gives the investment value after 5 years? Maureen, what did you have?
I think I had D.
Okay, what did you have, Mercedes?
I think I choose C.
Okay, now it said multiplied,
Oh,
right?
Mhm.
So why would you add, Mercedes? You added,
So the answer is A.
Answer is A.
Oh,
That's right.
I don't. Oh, that slipped me because I should always
I
remember.
just thought everybody would get that one correct. Because once you saw multiplied, okay, answer
A.
A.
You know, you should have get that right because I had A and I wrapped it out.
Yeah.
Maureen, I was surprised when you
Yeah.
went. I said, now why would she add? It didn't say 1.02 added to 100 or whatever, which when you convert to one, it just said multiplied by 1.02. So you raise the
The big word
1.02 to
multiply is right.
5. There it
That,
is, the key right there.
that,
So you can eliminate B and C
they
right
said it.
away.
They said it was telling me, brother. It was a church Sunday. We had the airway, right?
Uh-huh.
And the answer things about the secretary and the conference people and all these things.
Uh-huh.
And this Barbara, I didn't have a clue, but you know when they start,
What?
I pick as I read after that read, I the letter that I like had like A, B, C, and D,
Yes.
and I said, well, I go straight for A, and I got 10,
Uh-huh.
and I got 10, I get 8 right.
All right.
I said, no, Miss Barbara, so there you see a first answer, always jog it down.
Yep, you're
Yeah,
right.
and I surprised when I get 8. Okay, tell you, oh my God.
Well,
And I had a,
at least, Maury, you picked the multiplications because
how
D
can
had
I,
a multiplication. So,
how can I know a tree by heart? But the
mhm.
others, I said, you know what? My first instinct going right there, baby.
Yep.
Yeah, but it had no, okay, tell it had no tree. But then I said, you know what? Me fight for the other ones, man. Yeah.
Yes, yes,
Miss
yes.
Barbara, this is the time when I fell asleep when you called me.
What was it now
Was
say?
this work when I fell asleep when you're calling me when the lesson was closed?
No, you fell asleep on the college.
Oh, is it college? Oh,
Yeah, college prep math.
you're a shame.
Right, Maureen? Wasn't it
Yeah.
college prep?
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't GED. No, you didn't fall asleep on the quiz. You said you didn't see number 10.
Yeah, I did number
You
10.
put an answer there, but you put one of the pluses,
Yeah,
which means you did not read the investment value is
exactly.
multiplied.
Got the big word multiplied.
Big key. If you didn't see it, you read it again and underline it and said, oh, multiplied. Well, I can eliminate B and C. Those are added. It didn't say added, it say multiplied.
I don't know what I was
So
thinking.
now you're down to choice A and D.
Oh
Right,
boy.
Maureen? A and
Yeah.
D.
And they had,
Oh,
yeah, they crossed it up, you know. And
yep,
they said, you
A
know
is
what?
the answer. A was the answer. Okay, so next time you do one of these, Maureen, you did good on yours though, but I think you would get the others correct the next time, right?
Oh,
The
yeah.
ones you missed, yeah. And Mercedes, you got to work out why you know the rules, apply them, and then sometimes you ignore them,
Oh boy.
right?
Yeah, I'm too doubtful.
No, you got to have confidence in yourself. I know my rules. I know when I multiply, I add my powers. I know when I divide, I subtract my powers. I know when I put a power to a power, I multiply the. You got to say it to yourself.
Yeah.
Own it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now we'll look at adding. Oh, let's see.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think you have
Okay.
two more left.
No, it was just 10.
It was 10. Okay.
It
Yeah, it
was
was. I
10.
think it was 12 on the college, right?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
College, I think, was 12, but
I
you
missed
had
the
10.
college with this one.
Yeah, you had 10. Okay. Now, let's look at something you said you had problems understanding, and that was adding. Let me do a new share. Okay. Adding and subtracting exponents. Now, when the powers are the same, it's just a straight add. So I just put a couple up here that have the same power. 2 times 10 to the second plus 3 times 10 to the second. Just add the 2 and the 3 and you get 5 times 10 to the second. if you're subtracting 8 times 10 to the fifth minus 4.5 times 10 to the fifth, just subtract the 4.5 from the 8.0, you get 3.5, and that's 3.5 times 10 to the fifth. Any questions adding or subtracting when the powers are the same?
So you're saying, Miss, add or subtract require exponent to be equal.
Yes, the
So you're
exponents
saying,
must be equal, which means if they're not equal, we have to find a way to make one equal to the other one.
so you have 2 times 10 to the second power plus 3 times 10 to the second power.
Hmm.
So after you add the base 2 and 3,
Hmm.
and you carry the x, you
Well,
just,
those are the 2 and 3 are coefficient. The base is 10.
oh yeah, and so
Yeah,
10, you
2
just
and
bring
3
forward.
are called coefficients. The 10 is always the base when we're talking scientific notation.
The 10 always be the base.
Yes, scientific notation, 10 is always the base.
Okay.
Remember that,
So
scientific
no,
notation.
I'm talking about the exponents. You just bring the same exponent forward.
Yeah, you because the powers are the same. So I say this is 10 to the base 2, just remains 10 to the base 2.
Okay.
You just add the coefficients well, 2 and
I
3.
see.
Okay. Because this is a plus, your addition. So just add the coefficients. 2 plus 3 is 5. Got it?
Yes.
And if you're subtracting, it's the opposite. This would be 8.0 minus 4.5 is 3.5, and times 10 to the fifth. So when your exponents are equal, you just add or subtract the coefficients. That's it.
Okay.
Questions?
No, miss.
So you don't have a problem adding or subtracting when the exponents are equal. Just straight add or subtract the coefficients. Correct?
Yes, miss. I'm looking to see. Hope I don't forget that one.
Okay. Just an analogy. If you had 6x plus 2x, what do you get, Mercedes?
6x plus 2x. So you, let me write it down.
Well,
It's
let me let
6x
me let me put it.
plus 2x.
Okay.
That would be 8x for the answer.
That's right. Be 8x. Yeah. 6x plus 2x. Could just add the 6 and the 2, the
Yeah.
coefficients. So same analogy, except the coefficients here are in front of a scientific
Very-
notation representation, which is times
Oh,
10, always 10 to a power. Okay?
okay.
No different. Any questions before we look at some that have different uh, powers?
No, miss. No problem.
Okay, so let's go to, okay. Looks like I'm stuck here, frozen. Let's see. Okay, let me go out and come back. Looks like my computer is frozen.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going out. I don't want to go all the way out.
It's that time. Mhm. Uh,
Let's see. Let me see if this one works. Okay, now this one works. Now let me go back. So it was the it's this screen that's frozen. Okay. Okay. Meanwhile, I'll go to the inequalities. Okay, because that one
okay.
is working, and I'll come back to this one. Maybe it'll unfreeze. Okay. Let's go to introduction to inequalities. Now, anyone want to tell me what we mean when we say inequalities?
Mm,
Just in your own words, when we say inequalities, what are we talking about?
we're talking about when one when one subject is greater than the other, or lesser than, or equal to it, using the sign to show a sign to show a greater amount of one thing and a lesser amount of another,
That's one way
or
of putting it.
or if it's equal, they are both the same on both sides.
Well, when we say inequalities, we are saying something is not equal, right? Because
Infinity.
we've been thinking in terms of equals, like we'll say 6x equals 36.
Mm-hmm.
All right. But now
Mm,
we want to think of inequalities when something is greater than something, less than something,
mhm,
greater than or equal, or less than or equal. Those are our inequalities. Also, not equal is an inequality. And that's normally written with the equal with a slash. They're not equal. But the two most common inequalities are the greater than and the less than.
mm,
And Maureen, I showed you that one on your where you can find it on your phone, and
uh,
it's on your computer too,
mm,
right? I think the eh, greater than or equal, less than equal may not be. Okay, so I want you to know when you have something verbal, how how you can convert it to a greater than, less than, greater than or equal, or less than or equal. All right, because sometimes you have uh, word problems that you want to convert to greater than, less than, or you want to identify as whether they're greater than, less than, greater than, or equal. Now, greater than is if you compare two numbers, 5 is bigger than 2, right? So we say
yeah,
5 greater than 2. 7 is smaller than 9.
yeah.
So we say 7
When it's
less
less
than
than.
9, right?
Uh,
Now, when we get to greater than or equal, that means the number is equal to what's on the right side or is greater than. So
mhm,
x greater than or equal to 1 means the number could be 1 or it could be something greater than 1, like 2 or
two,
5 or
mm,
6, etc. Right?
uh,
If it's less than or equal, then it's equal to the number on the right, or it could be less than, like a 2 or a -1 or a 0. So if I gave you numbers to compare, you could tell me which ones are greater than, which ones are less than, which ones are equal, right? Just by comparing the two numbers. If I said you had two numbers, 100 and 150, how could you tell me that with inequality symbols? 100, 150. What would you say, Mercedes?
Uh, 100.
And 150. Just tell me in words.
I would, by using the sign, I would say I would say 100. No, 100 is less than 150.
That's right. 100 is, because it's smaller than 150.
Yeah.
100 is less than 150. How could you say that another way?
I could say 150 is greater than 100.
That's it. Absolutely. You got it. 150 is greater than 100. Okay. All right. Now let me do a new share. And okay, I want to do some, well, we will start out with some one-step inequalities. All right, because then we'll later work up to what we call multi-step. Now, the thing about inequalities is you solve them just like they were equals. And what we do, we try to get our variable on one side of the, if we had an equal, we do the same for inequality. We get our variable on one side and we simplify if possible. So our variable in this first one is what? I'll say this, what is the variable here?
X.
X, that's right. Variables are anything from A to Z. And our numbers are 2 and 3. So if we want just this variable on the left side, what will we do to this equation for that to happen? I mean, that equation, inequality. What would we do? We will subtract the 2 from both sides, right?
Okay.
Just like if that was an equal. So subtract 2 from
Both.
both sides, all right? So let me just copy this and subtract the 2. Remember, these work just like if that greater than or less than was an equal. Same operation, all right? So let's just copy that, subtract our 2. So I want to subtract the 2 from both sides. So let's just do that, minus 2, and subtract the 2 on the right, minus 2. And on the left, we just get X, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I put X, and then we have greater than 3 minus 2. So let me just copy that. And what is 3 minus 2, Mercedes?
That would be 1.
That's right. So our answer will be greater than or equal to 1. Copy that. And this would be a 1. Okay. So just subtract the 2 from the 3. Any questions on number 1?
So you're saying X is greater than or equal to 1.
Yes, that's our answer.
Okay.
That's your answer. Okay. X greater than, so X can be equal to 1, or it could be greater than 1, right?
Yes.
Now, if you put a 1 right here, what do you get, Mercedes, on the left side
If I put a 1 where?
for the X?
If I put a 1 for the X, I will be getting 1 greater than or equal to
No, if you substitute a 1 on the left side, then what is the left side equal to?
1.
Put, no, put a 1 here. Then what is the left side equal to?
Where the beeper is?
Where the X is, right here, put 1, the number 1. What do you get for the left side for when you put the 1 here?
You know, I don't see where you're talking.
Right here? You don't see where it occurs.
No, I see it. No, I see it moving.
Yeah,
You see, if I put 1 right here,
right there
X is,
for the X, you put a 1. What do
yes,
you get?
I will get 3.
You get 3. And
Yes,
3 is equal to 3, right?
yes.
So that satisfies my X equal 1. It's greater than or equal. Now, suppose I make it greater than 1. Suppose I put a 2 here. What do I get?
I will get 4.
And 4 is greater than 3.
Yes.
So we see that that one is correct. You can always check, right?
Oh yeah.
You follow? It says
Yes.
x
Yes.
greater than equal to 1. Okay, let me test it out. Let me put the 1 where my variable is. 1 plus 2 is 3, and
Yes.
3 is equal to 3. We said greater than or equal.
Equal.
All right.
Gotta
Then
be
if I make it a 2, x greater than 1 could be a 2. 2 plus 2,
it's 4.
4, and that's greater than 3.
3. Yeah.
Got it? So
So
that, go
say
ahead.
say it was 2 there, miss. You said 2 plus 2 is 4, which is greater
Greater than
than
the 3.
you couldn't put the sign, that sign, miss. You
What
have to show the
sign?
sign. You have the sign greater than or equal to.
Yeah, that's the greater than or equal symbol right
So
there.
if the answer was 4, you could use that same sign.
If the answer was 4,
So you add 2 plus 2, which means 4 is greater than 3.
Yeah, you can still use the sign.
That's is there is a sign.
no, what you're saying, what I'm saying is you could test that any number 1 or greater satisfies this inequality. So 1 plus 2 is 3, and that's equal to 3. So that satisfies a greater than or equal.
No, no, why I'm just asking because that sign would say greater than or equal to. But if it's 2 plus 2, it can't be greater than or equal to.
I don't
Yes,
know what you're
yes,
saying,
yes. Yeah,
Mercedes.
got
2
it. I
plus
got it.
2 is 4. 4 is greater than 3.
Yeah.
Remember, it's greater than or equal.
Also, greater than is the 4, and but it can be equal to 3.
Greater than or.
Greater than or equal.
Yeah, when I brought up
Oh, you mean the 3, the
great,
4?
well, okay, let me go back to where I
Okay.
was. Okay. Let me make sure you understand this. Okay. Okay. All right. Greater than or equal.
Yes.
In other words, it could be greater than a number or it could be equal. That's what that symbol means.
Yes, but what I'm saying that the 4 could not be equal to 3. So you have to change the sign.
Well, let me go back to my new share. Okay. Now, Mercedes, what is your question here?
Say go back to number 1. If you say instead of x you have 2. So you say 2 plus 2 is 4 is greater than 3.
No, no. Inequalities have variables in them, Mercedes.
Oh,
Not all numbers. Inequalities have variables. And your goal is to isolate your variable on one side. You wouldn't have a number 4 plus 2 greater than equal to 3. No, no. Inequalities have
that's the question I'm
that's what I'm
asking.
trying to get you to understand.
Yes.
Inequalities have variables and numbers,
Okay.
not just all numbers. We get the numbers when we substitute our answer into the variable. That's where we get the numbers. In
Yes.
other words, okay, I take this. All right, here we go. Okay, now let me just take out this. This is not number 2. Okay, now x greater than or equal to 1, right? Now I can substitute a 1 right here, right?
Yes.
Let me just copy that. Okay. All I'm doing is testing that my answer satisfies my inequality. So it says greater than or equal to 1. So 1, that's the equal, right? So I
Yes.
can put the 1 right there.
Yes.
and 1 plus 2 is 3, and that's equal to 3. So I know
That
that's
is
correct,
equal.
right?
That I agree with.
Right. Now I can take my same inequality. Let me copy it again. Put it here. Now I said greater than or equal to 1. So now I could put a 2 here,
Okay.
right? So I put a 2. 2 plus 2 is 4, and 4 is greater than 3. So now I see that this answer does satisfy my inequality, whether it's equal to a 1 or whether it's greater than 1. You got it?
Oh, because I am saying if it's 2 plus 2 and 4 is greater than 3, you cannot say equal to. You only can say
This is
greater
the
than
equal.
3.
This is the equal right here. And remember, we said greater than or equal. That's the equal. This
Yeah.
is the greater than.
That's why I was asking if that sign's supposed to change to just greater than.
No, it stays the same.
Okay.
That's the greater than the 1. 2 is greater than 1, right?
Yeah.
1 is equal to 1. So that's for the equal part, and that's
Yeah.
for the greater than part.
Yeah.
So I'm just testing that my answer is correct. But you wouldn't be given something like this. Inequalities have variables and numbers. This is just testing that the inequality is correct,
Correct. Okay.
that we got the right answer here.
But in my mind, if you should take away the 2 plus 2 and put just 4 there, that's my question. Just
Well,
put 4.
4 greater than or equal to 3. That would be correct to
That would
test
be
it.
correct?
That 4 greater than 3. That's the greater than.
Yeah.
All right. 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 equal 3.
Yes.
So this 1 satisfies the equal.
So
This 2 satisfies the greater than.
let me go back to my question. If you add 4 there, wouldn't you have to change the sign greater than or equal?
No, no. 4 is greater than 3.
Yeah, but not equal to 3.
But it say or.
Okay, I got you.
You're trying to put an and. It says
Got you.
or. Okay. So if
Okay.
I put this here,
Or less
this
than then.
is this is a 4,
Oh,
right?
got it. Or less than.
4 is greater than 3, right?
Yeah.
Just like if I made this a 3, 3 is equal to 3. It's greater than or equal. In other words, this is a or. It could
Yes.
be greater than, or it could be equal. 4 is greater than 3. 3 is equal to 3. So the answer we got satisfies both the equal and the greater than, because we say greater than or equal.
Okay. So it's a choice.
Yeah, it's greater than or equal. So the answer satisfies a greater than or an equal. You just take different numbers. For the equal, it's the 1, whereas the greater than is the 2 for the
Okay.
variable.
Okay,
That
thank
clear,
you.
Mercedes?
Yes, Miss Barbara.
Okay, so it's greater than or equal. This inequality symbol won't change.
Okay. Okay.
It stays the same because it's a greater than or equal.
Okay.
You got it?
I know the 1 plus 2 is greater than or equal.
The 1 plus 2 satisfies the equal. 1
Equal.
plus 2 is 3.
Yes.
3 equal 3. The
Yes.
2 is 2 plus 2 is 4. 4 is greater than 3. So it's greater than or equal. So that means greater than or equal to 1 satisfies the greater, and it satisfies the equal.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, questions?
No, miss.
All right. Now, all right. Now I want you to solve. Let's see, x plus 2. Okay, I want you to solve. This is number 2, actually. Okay, let me go here. Okay, I want you to solve number 2. This is 2.
Okay.
Okay, solve number 2. Tell me what you get for x. The variable is x. So you do that one. Mental math. Maureen, you got the answer? Maureen, are you there?
Yeah.
Got the answer?
I didn't do it yet.
Which one, Miss? 1 or 2 or
This
5?
is 2 right here.
Okay.
X minus 1 less than or equal to 2. What is the answer? Mental
X
math. You don't really need calculator. You don't need pencil paper. Just need to look at it and tell me the answer.
X minus 1 is less than 2.
Less than or equal.
That's equal.
Less than or equal to. What is the answer, Maureen?
Equal to?
What?
Oh.
Solve this inequality for x.
Uh,
What's x equal to? What do you have to do, Maureen?
you got to subtract both sides.
Why would you subtract, Maureen?
Add.
Subtract, you'll still have constants on both sides.
Add 1 on both sides, Miss.
That's it. You got to add 1 to both sides. And what do you get, Mercedes? What's your answer?
X equal to 3.
I don't see an equal.
Oh, sorry.
I don't see an equal sign.
Oh, the X 3 is greater than, sure. Then I would flip the sign, Miss,
Why would you flip a sign?
because it turned it.
You don't flip a sign.
So it'd
Okay.
be X minus.
3 would be less than
So what would x be? Okay.
3.
So you said you add the 1 to both sides. So let me just put the 1 here. And put the one, add the 1 on the other side. So your answer would be x and less than or equal to 3. Let's copy that. And 2 plus 1 is 3. So let's just put 3. X less than or equal to 3. That's your answer. Now, if you put a 3, 3 minus 1 is 2. That would be an equal, right? You say less than or equal. So if you put the 3, 3 minus 1, less than. If you put a 2, 2 minus 1 is 1, and that's less than. So you can test it, right?
Okay.
You said x less than or equal to 3. Put the 3 here. 3 minus 1, that's 2. That's an equal. Put something less than 3, like a 2. 2 minus 1 is 1, and 1 is less than 2. So
Yes.
you know it's correct. You got it, Mercedes?
Yes, Miss, I think so.
Okay. So that's your answer. X less than or equal to 3. All right. Now I want you to do another one. Okay. Here's another one. Number 3. That's another mental math. What's the answer, Maury? Number 3.
2x.
2x greater than or equal to 12. What is x equal to?
Let's see.
Mental math.
14? No.
No.
Okay, okay, not 14.
Maureen, you got it.
2x.
Greater than or equal to 12. What operation would you do to get x? That's the goal, to get the variable on the side by itself. So what do you do, Maureen?
You add
Why
2
would
to
you
each
add?
side.
Why would you add? 2 times x is a multiplication, Maureen. What's the opposite of multiplication, Maureen?
Subtract.
No, what's the opposite of multiplication, Maureen?
You add.
What's
Divide.
the opposite of multiplication, Maureen?
Divide.
Divide.
Two, we divide two both sides, right?
That's it. So what do you get?
6.
So what's your answer?
Two, I don't know. If we take 2 from both sides, okay.
Not take, divide.
Divide. Okay, divide
So
2 by
what's
both sides.
divide 2 at both sides by 2, and what's your answer?
I get 6.
2x divided
I will
by
get
2 is just x.
I will get X.
So what's 12 divided by 2, Maureen?
6.
6. That's your answer.
So the answer is x
That's your
is
answer.
greater than 6.
Greater than or equal.
Equal to
Don't
6.
throw away these symbols.
Okay.
X greater than or equal to 6. If x is 6, 6 times 2 is 12, that's an equal, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
If x is 7, 7 times 2 is 14, that's a greater than. So we see that that's correct. So remember, multiplication, you divide. So let me just put the divide, not subtraction, Maureen. Divide both sides by 6. By 2, I'm sorry.
By 2.
Divide both sides by 2. 2x divided by 2 is x. 12 divided by 2 is 6. There's your answer.
Okay.
These work no different than our equal.
You know what, miss? Sometimes you do it and you get the answer, you just don't know how to write it. Like when Maureen does a while ago, she said, "Oh, I don't know what to." I know she
Well,
don't know
you
how to
no,
write
you
it.
keep the same symbol. Simple.
You don't know how to write it.
Well, you keep the same symbol. Now we'll look at some later where you don't. You may have to reverse it. But right now we're looking at ones you keep the same inequality symbol. Got it?
Yes.
Same symbol. If it says greater than or equal, that's what you write in the answer. Less than or equal, that's what you write. Less than, that's what you write. Greater than, that's what you write. Got it?
Yes, Miss, can I ask a question right in there?
Yes.
How long do you carry class on Monday again?
How long one?
How long do you carry class on Monday?
Oh, 1 to 3.
From 1 to 3.
Yeah, 1 to 3. All right.
Okay.
Class is always 2 hours.
Let's get the rest, Mercy.
You're reading my mind. I'm dying to sleep again.
Okay, I want you to do number 4.
Oh, boy.
Remember, you're isolating the variable on one side. That's another mental math. All righty. You can look at this one and tell me the answer, right, Maureen?
X
Which one?
Number
less
4.
than 4
4 plus X.
less than 5.
X less than or equal to what, Maureen? What do you do to both sides, Maureen?
Both sides. Okay.
Remember, the goal is to get just this variable X on the left side. So what do we have to do?
Let's see. X. You subtract.
Yes, subtract what?
I don't know. Must be 4 from both sides.
That's
X.
it, Maureen. You got it. Stop doubting yourself. You know this. Subtract 4 from both
Side.
sides. And what would that give you, Maureen?
I think you will.
I will give you 5
X.
X's.
And
I will
what's
give
what,
X, right?
right? What's the inequality symbol?
It's greater.
No, this is a less than or equal.
Oh,
So we carry that same sign.
Less
Oh,
than 5.
no,
But
we
didn't you subtract the 4?
Less than 1.
That's it, Maureen. You got it. Less than
that's
1.
right.
That's the answer. You see why I said you could do this one just with the math, right? Here we go. X less than 1. These are the ones with just one step. We'll later do some with multi-steps, but we'll stay with just the one step for now, okay? Any
Okay.
questions? Mercedes, you got that answer?
Yes, miss.
Less than or equal to 1, right? So if you put a 1 here for the X, 4 plus 1 is 5, that would be an equal, right?
Yes.
If you put a less than, it says less than or equal to 1. If you put a 0, 4 plus 0 is what, Mercedes?
4.
And 4 is less than 5, right?
Yes.
That satisfies the less than. Questions?
No, miss.
Okay, let's look at number 5, Mercedes. Number 5. I want you to do number 5.
Oh boy. So we
Remember,
got
goal, get this variable on one side by itself, right? So what would you do, Mercedes?
x plus 3 less than
Less than or equal
or
negative
equal to
3.
negative
So
3.
what would you do to both sides?
I think I wonder. I'm going to add on both sides.
If you add on the left, what do you get?
If I add on the left, I'm going to get a 0.
If you add what?
3.
What's 3 plus 3?
6.
That's not a 0.
I'm thinking not a, what am I thinking? I'm thinking I wasn't thinking like 3 plus 3. I'm thinking subtraction. That's why I say that.
But you said add.
Yeah, I know.
So what should I do, Mercedes? You just said it. You said subtraction. So what should I do?
Subtract 3 on both sides.
That's it. Subtract 3. So you see, when you said to add, you say, oh, that's not going to work because I'll still have a constant on the left.
Yeah.
And so you'd have a minus 3 on the right, subtraction. Okay, now what's left on the left side, Mercedes?
0.
And you're throwing away the X.
Oh, sorry.
So what's left on the left side?
So what's under x is
Just X, right? X plus 0 is just X. Okay. Let's put that there. Plus 3 and minus 3 is 0. So we can take that out. Okay. Now what's on the right side, Mercedes?
on the right side. We have
Minus 3 minus 3. What does that give you?
minus 3 give me 6.
Plus 6?
No, negative 6.
Negative 6. That's right. Very good, Mercedes. There we go. There's our answer.
Yes. Oh, on earth do I just look at it and do it like this now?
That's it.
Why I
That's
go
the
by
answer.
myself I'm doing nonsense? I don't
Mm-hmm.
understand that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy. It's so clear to me.
Right? And then if you put this minus 6 for the X, a minus 6 and a plus 3 gives you a minus 3. There's the equal.
Yes.
Okay. A less than minus 6 could be a minus 7, right? Because a minus 7 is smaller than a minus 6. So a minus 7 and a 3 is a minus 4, and that's less than a minus 3. Remember the negative, the number line?
Yes.
The
That's
bigger
all I
the
know.
number gets, the smaller it
That's all
is
I
on the
know.
left
Yeah.
side when
I
it's
remember
negative,
that. Yes, I
right?
remember.
Questions number 5. Very good.
Right.
Mercedes, you understand it now, right?
I'm getting it.
Yeah, you see why you said to add the 3, but I'm saying you still have a constant over on the left side and a constant on the right. The goal is to have just a variable, to isolate just the variable. So to do that, you do the opposite. So if you're adding, you subtract. If you're subtracting, you add. If you're multiplying, you divide. If you
Yeah.
divide, you multiply. So you put
Okay.
those pairs together in your mind, right? So if you see something added, you need to eliminate it, you subtract it. If you're subtracting, you add. If it's being divided, you multiply. Okay, if it's being multiplied, you divide. Just keep those pairs together and you'll be able to isolate your variable.
Yes.
Questions?
No, thank you, miss.
Okay, doing good, doing good. Okay. Maureen, number 6. Oh, I know you got that one. Maureen. That's mental math. I know you know what X is. You could just tell me right off the top of your head, right?
I don't know.
What is X greater than? That's just a greater than. Now that's not greater than, less than. That's just a greater than. So what should I have here for X, Maureen?
Do I got it. Good man. That's 16, right?
For X greater than 16. X greater than what? I want just X over here on the left. What do I have to do?
Divide.
That's it, Maureen. Divide.
Yeah.
So what would that give me? So you're dividing. You just write it here. Divide both
Size
sides
by
by
4.
4. Right. Now, Maureen, then what do I have then? Just tell me
Then
the
you will
answer.
got X,
Okay,
right?
let me just, that's right. So that would be, let me just put this all together on the other side.
Yeah, equal.
Divide both sides by 4. And that would just give me X. Let me just put this
This
here.
is there. Down 4.
Okay. So that would just be X greater
Mhm.
than 4. That's
4.
your answer. Very good. 4 to 16 is 4.
Mm-hmm.
And
And
that's
four,
the
four,
answer.
and four, four are 16.
That's it.
So x is greater than 4.
So X greater than 4. So if I made X 5, 5 times 4 is 20, and 20 is greater than 16, right?
Say it
Mhm.
again, miss.
Just
Say it
put,
again, miss.
okay. It says greater than 4, right?
Yes.
What's a number greater than 4?
5, 6,
5. All right.
7,
Then 5 times 4 is what, Mercedes?
20.
20. And 20 is greater than 16, right?
Mhm.
Oh, that's what you meant when you keep on
Greater
saying
than, right? Greater
that
than.
you got an equal number that is greater than 16.
Yeah, but see, this is not a greater than or equal, it's just a greater than, right? So let me just put this here. And we say divide by 4. Divide both sides by 4. And I put the
That's
4 over
better.
here. Okay, there's a 4. Take the, we don't need the underline. And I'll bring that up. Okay, X greater than 4 is the answer. And what I was saying is a number greater than 4 is 5. So if I substitute 5 for my X, 5 times 4 is 20, and 20 is greater than 16. So we know that this is correct. Mercedes, you got it?
Yes, miss.
Okay, okay. But that means you can solve the next one.
What?
Yes, of course. You say, oh, this is so easy. I don't even need to do anything. So what's your answer, right?
Where you know?
9x less than 18. What is x, Mercedes? Mental math.
9.
What is x?
9.
How did you get 9?
Oh, because I divide
You divide 1.
9 on both sides.
So how did you get 9?
Oh, Or this answer is two.
Two.
Well, I'm between wake and sleep.
So you divide by 9, and that would give you x less than what?
Then
2.
yes,
Okay.
because 9 2 is make
Divide.
18. That's what I meant.
Okay. Divide both sides by 9. Okay. So that means that would be 18 divided by 9 is 2. Let me put that here. So x then would be less than 2. So let's just put that. That's the answer. X less than 2. Here's your answer. Now,
That's
Mercedes,
all you write the answer, miss?
that's the answer.
X
Yeah, you still have your less
less
than,
than
and you
2.
divided 9 by 9, that's x, and 9 into 18 is 2. That's your
Yeah.
answer.
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
So x less than 2. Now, if x was 1, what would this be equal to, Mercedes? What would 9x less than 18 be if x was 1?
X was 1.
Yeah, substitute 1 for x. What do you get?
Substitute 1 for X.
Yeah, right here.
I will get, oh, up there.
Yeah, substitute 1. What do you get?
You mean remove the X and put the 1?
Yeah, substitute 1
I
for
will
the
get
value of x.
91.
No, no. So this is a multiplication. Instead of
Oh,
9 times
919.
x, 9 times 1 is what?
9.
9. Isn't 9 less than 18?
Yes.
That's correct then. We
Oh,
said x is less than 2. 1 is a number less than 2. If you
okay.
substitute 1 for the x, instead of 9 times x, it's 9 times 1. Remember, this is a multiplication. 9
Yeah.
times 1 is 9. 9 is less than 18. So we see that's correct. Got it?
Yes, yes.
Okay, I think we have one more. Maureen, number 8. What's the answer? Mental math.
Oh, you add two?
What's
No,
2 and 2, Maureen?
four.
You still have a constant on the right if you add 2. That means you've got to subtract the
Yeah,
2, right?
yeah.
Subtract the 2 on both sides, right? So minus 2. So what's the answer, Maureen?
5.
The whole answer, Maureen.
All that is X, right?
Right?
Is greater than 5.
Greater than or equal.
Yeah, greater than or equal.
Don't throw away your symbol. You carry the
Okay.
same symbol. X greater than or equal to 5. There we go.
Equal to 5.
All right, that's your answer.
I don't gravitate this one, miss.
Huh?
I don't grab it.
Maureen, want to explain, please?
Wait, I see it now. Oh, you
Maureen,
take away 2 on both sides. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
you see
Yeah.
it?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what she did. It's the 2 is being added, so she subtracted it. That eliminates the constant on the left, and you left with just the variable. Remember, that's the goal, to get the variable on the left side, whether it's A, B, Z, whatever. Here is an X. And equation or inequality and balance. Remember, you're doing the same thing you do if it were an equation. You subtract the 2, 2 from the 7 is 5. Now, if we said x greater than or equal to 5, Mercedes, if x was 5, what would the left side be?
If X was 5,
Right here. If you substitute 5 here, what do you get on the left side?
if I substitute 5,
Right here for the
oh,
x.
I would have 2 up there at the top where the X is.
Right here, if you put a
Yeah.
5 here, what do you get for the left side? The whole left side, x plus 2.
If you put a 5 with the x's,
Yes, what do you get?
I will get 7.
7, and 7 equal to 7, all right?
Yes.
But we said x greater than or equal to 5. If we put a 6 here, what do we get on the left side?
If you put a 6 with the x's,
Right,
we will get 8.
and 8 is greater than 7, so we know
Yes.
that that works.
Okay.
Got it?
Okay.
Okay, are you clear on these one
Yes,
step
yes. Start it again
inequalities?
today to make sure I get it.
Those are the one step ones, right?
Yeah.
Next time we'll look at some multi-steps, one that take more than one step. Okay. Now I want to see if I can get back. Okay, we've got a few minutes. I want to see if I can get back to that. Okay, let's see if that. It's too bad that's still frozen. I don't know why. It's still frozen on my last one. Okay,
No, it's
Uh,
but
not.
now the next let me go back here. Okay, so I think I have one. I just want you to do one multi-step. Okay. Now let me just copy this. Just let's see how you do with this one. Just do one where you have more than one step. Let me just put this here. Let's solve it just for practice. See what you can do on this one. Okay, I copy it right here. Okay. Now this is one that has more than one step. Okay. Now you see 3x plus 7 less than 4x minus 8. Now this is more than one step. The ones we just did was a one step. This one requires more than one step. And why? Because you see variable here on the left, and you see variable here on the right. You see a constant here on the left, you see a constant on the right. So you need to get these x's together, and you need to get these constant 7 and -8 together. Now, there's more than one way you can do this, all right? But let me just ask, okay, Maureen, you want to tell me which step would you do first?
okay, the multiplication.
No. Remember I said, what's the goal? You want to get the 3x and the 4x on the same side. Actually, we want to get them on the left. You want to get the 7 and the -8 together. So how would you make that happen, Maureen?
Okay.
What would you do first? And there's no wrong answer here because you could.
I will put the 4x under the 3x.
I don't want to hear put. I want to hear addition, subtraction, multiplication,
Uh,
division. I want to hear some math terms. What would I do, Maureen?
beside traps.
Subtract what?
3x from 4x. Ah, I got going wrong.
Remember, I'm trying to get all the x's on the same side. So how do I get this 4x on the left side?
Okay, by bringing the 4x down to the 3x.
I
No.
don't want to hear bring. Either
Oh,
say
no.
add, subtract, multiply,
Uh,
divide. Which one, Maureen?
let's see. The
Let's just
multiply trap.
subtract 4x from both sides. Okay, that gets you started. All right. Now, let's just do that. Let me copy this. Let's subtract the 4x. Okay, that out. Now subtract the 4x. That's like you said, Maureen, both sides. Minus 4x Okay. And on the right side, minus 4x. Now, Maureen, what do I have on the left side? 3x minus 4x.
1x.
Plus or minus?
A minus.
That's right. So I'll have 7 minus 1x. Okay. Let me put that here. Okay. So that would be 7 minus 1x. Okay. And on the right side, what do I have, Maureen?
Okay. 7 minus 1x.
And the 4x and the minus 4x becomes 0. So I'll just have minus 8 left, right? Minus 8. There we go. Okay, so now that's what it looks like. Now I want to get the 7 on the right side. What do I have to do?
Okay, let me see. The subtract 7 from both sides.
That's it. Very good. So let me just copy that and then put the 7 there. Subtract 7 from both sides. Okay, so that's 7. And let's copy what's left. Okay. So that's minus 7. And on the right side, minus 7. Okay, Maureen, what do I have on the left side?
Next.
What do I have?
X.
Minus 1x.
Oh yeah, minus 1x.
That's it. Can't throw away the sign. So I'll have a minus 1x. So let's just put that there. The plus 7 minus 7 becomes 0. So that comes out. And okay, so that comes out. And I have just minus 1x. Now, what's a minus 8 and a minus 7, Maureen?
A minus 8 and a minus 7 is a 15.
A minus 15. Remember, you add and you carry the minus, right? So that would be a minus 15. Okay, now we're down to one step left. And what do we do now? We just want x by itself. So what do we do?
Okay. You need x by itself.
Yes. So what do I do with that 1?
The subtract both sides, right?
No, that's a multiplication. So it's
Oh.
got to be a division.
Oh yeah.
Divide both sides by what, Maureen?
15.
No. Remember, I want just x. Divide both sides by a negative 1.
Oh, negative 1.
Okay, so that would give you x. Okay, this is the way it will look after we do that. Okay. Okay, so after we divide that out, let's put what we have here. Okay. So divide both sides by minus 1. That would just give us just an x. And this would be divided. Let me just do it like this and put the minus 1 here.
Oh.
And what's that equal to, Maureen?
Minus
1 divided by minus 1. What's a
0.
minus 15? No, a minus 15 divided by minus 1. That's equal to what?
A plus 15.
That's right. Like signs, okay. But since we divided by a negative, the symbol reverses.
Will
So
be
this
greater
becomes,
than.
that's it. Very good, Maureen. So that becomes X. Let's just put it here.
Greater.
So that becomes X greater than 1. So let me put the greater than symbol. That would be your answer. Okay. We'll do more practice with the multi-step. I just wanted to see what they look like. Okay. But like I was saying, there was no wrong answer because you could have started like we started with the 4x. You could have started with the with Costas if you wanted to. It'd been the same. But this is a multi-step. You see, we did more than one step, whereas
Uh-huh.
with the ones we did before, they were just one step. Any questions?
I have to restudy this one
Mhm.
because I'm sleeping between it.
Yeah, I thought you
I
were.
look it over. I look it
Okay,
over.
now your homework
Mhm.
will be just inequalities, but just the simple ones we did. Okay, the one
Okay.
step ones like we did here, where it's just
Uh-huh.
one step,
Uh-huh.
that would be your homework.
Okay.
We won't do any addition or subtraction of scientific notation. We probably look at one or two examples next time, but those are not as important as
Okay. Mm.
the inequalities. So your homework would be inequalities, simple steps only. One
Okay.
step, one step inequalities. Okay. And remember when you're trying to get, remember the goal is to get the variable on the left side.
Uh-huh.
And remember when you pair them, addition goes with subtraction, multiplication goes with division. That helps you know what to do on each side of the inequality to get just the variable on the left
Uh-huh.
side. Got it?
Yeah.
Any questions on anything we've gone over? Just keep up your work, okay? You're doing good. Maureen, you really are getting this. I mean, you're really doing tremendous. And I thank you for keep trying to do your homework. You too, Mercedes, because I know you're tired sometimes when you send
Thank you.
things in, but I thank you for trying. All right.
Yes, miss. I'm going to review this last one you did.
Okay. Yeah, but go through your quiz,
Uh-huh.
Mercedes, because I was confused by
Oh,
yours
boy.
because you had made 100 on the other one, right?
Yes.
The assignment, and it was the same kind of rules.
Oh,
And
boy.
that's why I said, what happened? Yeah, but you're gonna do better. I know you are. It's a
Mhm.
challenge sometime, I'm sure,
Yes.
but you're gonna do better. I know you will. Just like you did with the
So,
assignment, you're gonna do the same thing on the other work.
Uh-huh.
Okay, no questions. I say so long, everybody.
Okay.
I'll see you later.
right.
All right.